Hey agents, thanks for tuning into this one. Today I'm going to show you a build where I set out to use or to basically use Eclipse, but in a bit of a different way from what I would normally use it. Normally I would make a status effect build with my 4-piece Eclipse, one Golem and the Vial Mask. So I set out to use something a little bit different today. Something that ends up with me having longer burn duration than I have on the Eber Seeker command than what I do have on my Eclipse, on my current Eclipse build. Which is a tier 6. So let me just run through my choices here. Number one, you'll see I'm using the fire starter specialization, but with it you are seeing the striker shield. But the thing you will notice here, you don't see a memento backpack, you don't see intimidate, and you do not see adrenaline rush in here. You don't see any of those three things. So I said that was intentional. I tried that combination at first, but didn't work out that well for me. In practice, it worked out great in a shooting range, but to actually use it on control points, use it in missions, it didn't actually work out that well. So I decided on a fire starter because, like I said, I want to make a fire status build because it gives 20% burn duration, extra burn duration, and because when your armor breaks, the enemies around you get set on fire. And also it helps me out with the shield because I can put better mods in here, the maxed out mods of the active regen, the shield health, and the damage bonus. The damage bonus only counts within the range of 10 meters. The buff range is 10 meters, so it would actually normally you would use intimidate with this. It has the same range, and you use adrenaline or you use a memento obviously to activate your intimidate, to activate the buff. So with this build I'm not really in that range, but I just thought I would use a striker shield anyway because why not. It can help me get from one piece of cover to the next, and using Empress and the max out mods helps me out to get the shield to 5.7 million, so that's cool. And if I have to use it, there's a bit of damage buff if the enemies get a bit too close to me. So I'm using a 2-piece, there's a 2-piece Eclipse for the 2-piece brand set bonus. Let me just start there with status effects. So on here I have status effect, which is a bit obvious. This is a status effect build. And you also notice I don't have any skill ace mods on here. So these 3 slots on the mask and the chest and the backpack, I didn't put skill ace mods in there. I didn't feel I need to do it, so I put crit chance mods on here because I'm using a capacitor. But there's my second piece of my Eclipse for to make my 2-piece out for the status effect. The status effect roll there again. Let me just show you why I'm using this the Anarchist cookbook with Perfectly Wicked. So applying a status effect from the Eber Seeker gives me a total weapon damage. For 27 seconds I get 18% extra damage, and they have crit chance here on the mod slot. 3-piece Empress helps you out a lot because it's actually Empress actually very good, because when Empress was introduced I thought it's actually nonsense but turns out it's not. So it's skill health, skill damage, and skill efficiency. Skill efficiency is the one I actually want to, that's the important one here, because skill efficiency gives you damage, it gives you a bit of status effect, it gives you a bit of skill health, and it gives you a bit of skill haste as well. That's why skill efficiency, it's good to use a 3-piece Empress if you're going with Empress anyway. There's nothing wrong with using a 1-piece or 2-piece, but 3-piece to me that's optimally. That's the best way to run it, in my opinion. I'm using Spark in here because damaging enemies with my skill gives me additional 15% weapon damage for 15 seconds. I did try Eclipse and I did try the Memento backpack. It didn't work out well, like I said. I did try Adrenaline as watch. It didn't help me. Intimidate doesn't work. It doesn't fit in this, what I was trying to do here. So my second piece, you might have better luck, so please go ahead and try it. The skill damage and status effect. Wire roll status effect instead of skill haste. I didn't feel I needed skill haste, and I wanted to make the burn duration even longer. So status effect there as well on my third piece, which is the knee pad. Skill damage, status effect over there as well. So now I'll show you, that's how I ended up with a burn duration of 34.2 seconds and my burn damage of 330,771. The damage is 1.4, so the initial damage is 1.4, but the burn ticks are 330 and they last for 34 seconds. The C command, I have two damage mods on there. I don't have anything I can put in a targeting slot, so I could put something in there, put skill ace or something in there in the targeting slot, or I could put Seeker health in there, but there's actually very little chance of the enemy destroying the Seeker before it gets to them, before it hits them. So guys, that's the build in a nutshell. Just to show you, if I go through the clips here, exactly the same thing, 29 seconds. There my burn damage is less, my actual damage is less. So that's why I like this build, and I've used it in control points, missions. It works like a dream. So let me just show you here. If I go over here, if my latency allows, that's usually a problem. Let me just let it go over there. Let it just do its thing. I'm not gonna shoot at all. It's gonna let it burn. It helps you kill some of the targets even. You didn't need to do any shooting, you don't need to do anything. Killed most of them without me firing a single shot, and the you can see my perfectly wicked is active and my spark is active as well, so I didn't even need to do any shooting. But that's the point of this. That's what I set out to do. I didn't worry about creeping death or stuff like that, because if I go into creeping death, I might as well just use the Eclipse that I normally would use anyway. So guys, thanks for tuning into this one, and I'll catch you all on the next time.